Hi there, clarinet, chalumeau and recorder fans. I'm just bringing you a follow-up video on my new chalumeau. Slightly different to other chalumeaus. It has 3 keys. It's got a register key on the back. What makes the fingering really interesting is the bottom octave is actually the same as a descant recorder. Well, not quite. The F is actually just fingered like this, which is a little bit sharp on a normal descant recorder, but the natural scale. And I'll just show you by comparison what a descant recorder looks like compared to my chalumeau. And there's not a lot of difference. But yeah, so it makes it interesting because it's still like a clarinet overblows at the 12th, but instead of overblowing low F to C, it actually overblows low C to G. So, and also because you've got this interesting stuff around here, what becomes a no G sharp key. Gee, you really miss those G sharp keys. And you do have a break. So and you do have throat tones, but they're about a 1/5 higher than normal throat tones, given that you're starting on a C. So up to a D, C to D, which you would get on a normal C chalumeau, is all the fingerings. There are no half holes, so there's no double baroque double holes, so you do have to half hole. But I would tend to choose pieces that are either in C or have one flat, because or you'd yeah. So a lot of folk music, that sort of thing. The F sharp you can get away with. I can get a fairly convincing F sharp out of it, and a fairly convincing G sharp out of it. The B flat sounds lovely. And also the good thing about it being a clarinet mouthpiece is you can sort of fiddle with your embouchure, so almost sort of up to a semitone lower. So what I'm learning about with these throat tones is that so C and D. And also what I notice is that this thumb rest is probably about 2 centimeters lower than I want it to be. And so I might do about 2.5-3 centimeters lower than I want it to be, when you consider the way I want to play the instrument. But anyway, so you get C, so that will be your C sharp, and the normal D. So that you could go quite reasonable D major scale out of it, and then the higher F sharp is just the B, because. And another thing I notice on this chalumeau is that there's a lot of resistance. There's a huge difference between playing in the lower octave, then, or perhaps it's just around the throat tones that there's a great deal of resistance. Yeah, there's a great deal of resistance in the throat tones, which you don't have. And there's also and I'm really going to have to tune those upper notes. What I have to do actually is take the back thumb off the thumb hole in order to because you see there's actually it actually gets quite flat. So if you were to not alter it, and notice how flat that gets, whereas so it's quite interesting, sort of a D goes to an E. And then your F is sort of the B flat fingering. Also got to be careful to keep my finger off the lower hole, which I would normally leave resting on there because it's just a key on a regular clarinet, and I've been so used to keeping my fingers close to the keys, but of course there's no keys pretty much. But yeah, so in coming days I'll find little pieces I can play. There's motets and all sorts of things to play if I can get my hands on them. So yeah, and so this is just a very basic chalumeau. This is a little bit of bark. So it actually works really, really well in the flat keys. It's interesting that an E flat is a D with the register key. convinced about that. Yeah, so it has quite a nice sound. There's still a little bit of work to be done there. Yeah, so it's going to take a little bit of work there to get the so well, that's a little bit more from me on my chalumeau, bringing you more updates in the future. So thanks for listening. Bye for now.